Sometimes we need to show several results side by side in one plot for better comparison. Hello, this is Armin. In this video, I'll show you how to display multiple stress plots side by side while using a single shared color bar. Let's get started. For this example, I used a shell physics interface and fixed one edge of the shell. A distributed force of 100 newtons is applied in the z direction. I also created a structured mesh for the shell. The simulation is solved in the frequency domain, ranging from 5 Hz to 200 Hz, with a step size of 1 Hz. The plot currently shows the stress at 200 Hz, but I would like to display the stress at 3 specific frequencies side by side. How can we do that? First, go to the stress results, expand the node, and click on Surface 1. Surface 1 shows both the stress and deformation results. If I disable it, the plot disappears. I'll enable it again. Instead of creating another surface from the start, I will duplicate Surface 1. At this point, both plots overlap in the graphics window because they are identical. The dataset is currently pulling results from the 3D stress result since it is set to the From Parent option. We need to change the dataset manually for each surface. Let's click on Stress 1 results. Here we can see that the dataset is set to Shell 2. I will change it to None and go back to Surface 1. Now, the plot disappears, and we can set the stress plots at specific frequencies separately. Next, we'll set the dataset of Surface 1 to Shell 2. The frequency is set to 200 Hz by default, but we can choose any frequency we want. Let's select 20 Hz for Surface 1 and click Plot. Now I'm going to click on Surface 2, choose the dataset Shell 2, and set the frequency to 70 Hz. Finally, click Plot. The two plots are currently overlapping, so we need to shift Surface 2 along the Y direction. You can shift it in any direction you like. To do this, I'll right-click on Surface 2 and choose Translation. There are 3 translation directions available, allowing us to move the plot along any axis. Let's move Surface 2 in the Y direction. I'll enter 0.8 meters in the Y direction and click Plot. Now we have 2 side-by-side plots in the graphics window. Next, let's add a third one. Right-click on the Surface 2 result node, choose Duplicate, and then change the frequency to 90 Hz. Click Plot. Now I'll expand Surface 3. Click on Translation and enter 1.6 meters. Finally, click Plot again. Now we have 3 plots side by side, but each one still has its own color bar. In most cases, we want to use only one unified color bar. So how do we do that? It's simple. Go to the Surface 2 plot settings. Under Inherited Style, select Surface 1 as the reference plot, then click Plot. Now, Surface 2 uses the color bar from Surface 1. Repeat the same process for Surface 3. Under Inherited Style, choose Surface 1, and finally click Plot. Now all plots show a single color bar. The deformation scales vary, which makes the displacement unclear because the displacement on Surface 1 is much larger than on the others. To fix this, I'll go to Inherited Style and disable the Deform scale factor. Now the displacement on the shell is more visible. Do the same for Surface 2. In the Inherit Style section, disable the Deform scale factor and then click Plot. Everything looks good. Now we can clearly see the stress side by side. This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.